Let's talk about sex, baby, the death of creativity. Let's talk about all the sexism and the racism on TV, radio, and movies. Let's talk about it. Shall we? Okay, so obviously, I'm just going to start with racism because, well, I think that's probably the most obvious. Well, maybe not to everybody, but to people paying attention. Anyway, we can't find any popular media starring or even just featuring a normal, healthy, intelligent, attractive, admirable black couple, not on TV, movies, music videos, but yet we can trip over black people or black productions being dragged through the mud of adultery, perversion, low-life trash, or if they're attractive, admirable, and desirable, they must, by racist media rules, be with or worship the feet of somebody from any other race but their own. And I do mean any other race but their own. See, people who think racism is over just because we have a half-black president who is not a descendant of American slaves, by the way, apparently haven't turned on their TV or gone to the movies, or picked up a magazine, because the stunning lack of racial equality in modern everyday media is overwhelming and profoundly upsetting. I support promoting interracial couples and exploring storylines that showcase socially relevant issues and problems plaguing the lives of people who may come from low class culture or scandalous behavior or twisted sexology or some other negative pathology, but glorifying trash and exploiting sickness and never allowing attractive, admirable, desirable, normal heterosexual black couples to ever be together in a real solid way is the most glaring proof of racism in media and the most annoying out of them all. Really, it's just so obvious and annoying. It's like what is the problem here? Why is this a big deal? Why is it hard to find? You know what I mean? Like, seriously. General racist rules, include, the black guy, usually it's just that he always has to be made to look weak, scary, passive, evil, submissive, stupid, or otherwise lost and unable to think for himself. And if for any reason the black guy is allowed to be adequately intelligent, attractive, strong, good, and he acts like a leader, then either he's not allowed to have a good black woman, or he's going to get killed out in 5 seconds. So, you know, count every second and enjoy him while he's there, because he's going to be gone any second now. And the black girl always has to be made to look less pretty, less gentle, less feminine, less respectable, less classy, less desirable, absurdly aggressive. When aggressive, if you want to talk about females that are aggressive predominantly by race, it's not black girls, it's more like they're more aggressive. It's a hyper thing. Black girls are not typically that hyper. Even me, I have a lot of energy, but I'm not aggressive with guys. Like, I'm just not. So, and also, media makes black girls look I would say very masculine very often. Tries to defeminize black girls as or is it defeminize or effeminize? I don't know. Emasculate men and defeminize women. Make women, black women, also evil, or if she is both intelligent, attractive, feminine, good, and acts like a pretty little princess, she's not allowed to have a good black man. Ever! Ever! Like, not even for like a split second. Like, unless it's a flashback or something, maybe. But you never see a white guy fighting a black guy for a black girl. You don't even see him fighting an Asian or Hispanic or Indian for the black girl. If he fights anybody, it's got to be another white guy. And, like, it just seems like this intense sexual insecurity that seems to, like, plague the white male community in America, maybe even in Europe too, at least as reflected in the media anyway. And it's both astonishing and deeply disturbing to me. Like, seriously, y'all think about your pee-pees way too much, okay? You need to think about something else for a while, okay? Just saying, take a break, okay? Just take a break, okay? Think about something else besides your penis, all right? Okay, guys, all right? There's a whole big old world out there full of amazing things, like adventures and treasures and family, friendship, just God and the secret true meaning of life, and the world's power of truth and knowledge and wisdom and understanding, and So much fulfillment awaits you if you just stop thinking about your crotch. So, yeah. And more importantly, stop thinking about black guys' crotches. That's even more important. And it'll make your life so much better if you stop thinking about your crotch and stop thinking about black men's crotches. You know, better yet, if you stop thinking about black men's penises, completely, especially competitively, that'll make all black men's lives so much better too. Yeah, definitely a lot less police brutality. Since a lot of racism is really just retarded subconscious penis envy. Let's be honest. That's where a lot of that racism comes from. So let's think about something else. Okay, there's more to life than your schlong. Really, I promise you. I promise you. Just if you just believe. Okay, just believe. And there's nothing wrong, by the way, just to be clear, there's nothing wrong with two white guys fighting over a black girl. That's cool. Just, nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, it just becomes so obvious when in like every show or movie you see the ideal black girl is never allowed to look at an ideal black guy, not even for a split second. And the ideal black guy is never allowed to look at an ideal black girl, even for a split second. It becomes very obvious. Like, who in charge is afraid of us being together? I have dated every race, and I have no problem with anybody, and I'm not even sure what my preference is. I know cultural preferences, but in terms of like looks, I'm attracted to everybody. So my whole thing is, I'm not coming from anti white guy, because I've been on dates with white guys, and I've been on dates with everybody. So it's kind of like I'm coming from the perspective of, why are you so afraid of us being together? Like, pretty black guy, pretty black girl. Why is it, who is afraid of that vision, that image, and why? Is it like a powerful image? Is that why? Is it too powerful? Is it like, freak a few people out? You know what I mean? Like, it's like I've seen it like on King of Queens. They're allowed to be together. Carrie, what is it? Doug and Carrie's best friends, and that's cool because that's a sign of sanity and reality. But it's just like so many times I don't see it. It's just like it's so intentional that we're not allowed to be together, and it's so obvious that there's something wrong. Somebody is afraid of us being together. Seriously, like I mean an attractive couple together. I don't mean like ghetto and stupid and annoying as crap. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay, so this narcissistic inferiority complex, it's obvious at this point. Okay, and I think it usually presents itself in the form of racist behavior, which I would consider this racist behavior, where you're never allowed to see an ideal black guy with an ideal black girl. Just never. It's just never. And it's just so obvious to anyone paying attention. So every black guy gets killed out, especially if he represents any form of ideal. We always know the black guy's gonna get it. That shouldn't be. That should be like such a long time joke now that we should be like have progressed past that now. We have a black president now. So how come we still watch movies and or TV shows and like we just know the black guy's just not gonna make it? We just know that. Like seriously. Or if he represents any form of power, he eventually gets killed out because of that. If he's evil, he might get to live. But if he's a good guy and a powerful or otherwise ideal, he got to go. He got to die. Ain't no bro no mo. Because apparently being black and having a penis is the biggest threat to the powers that be that could ever be. And I guess it's a big threat to the obsessed stranglehold over power that the powers that be have. Because for too long now, we've all let psychotically obsessed and despicable, manipulative control freaks with a narcissistic inferiority complex control every friggin' thing in our society. Yeah, from government to media, from economy to education, we've let psychos run the show for centuries. And I'm starting to think that there are very few people running the show who aren't psycho. That's what I'm learning. When you're a child, you usually grow up thinking most of the world is sane and there are just a few crazies out there to look out for. But then when you hit adulthood, a ball hits you in the face, breaks your rose-colored glasses, and you realize, holy crap, most of these mofos are cray-cray as crap. It's the sanity, morality, and common sense, very rare. And I better hide. And I think a lot of people are wearing, like, cray-cray camouflage simply to survive the cray-cray that's out there. And that's why a lot of people can't stop, I guess watching me and what I'm doing, because I don't really wear camouflage. I kind of tell it like it is. I tell the truth, and you're not really supposed to tell the truth. It's just weird. When you're young, people like applaud you when you tell the truth because it's cute. They don't really take you seriously. And then as soon as you are old enough to get sued, then suddenly it's like, oh, you're not allowed to tell the truth because why? Because nobody wants to hear it. Everybody lives in a lie at a certain point. It's just like, I don't know. But anyway, don't get me wrong. Telling lies also gets a lot of attention, but it's just that telling the truth, people get scared when you start telling the truth, and I like to tell the truth. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you the truth right now about our media. It's run by sheltered, rich, middle-aged white guys who, for the most part, don't even know normal white people of their own race. That's a problem. That's like a problem on so many levels. They don't know. The people running things don't understand normalcy on any level. Even in reflection of themselves, they don't understand the normalcy. It's like, why do people who don't have perspective keep controlling the perspective? You know what I'm saying? And, living in this, creepy, isolated, little narcissistically racist, pervertedly sexist, soullessly whorish little bubble, and some of these people, I think, would sell their own daughters for a dime, and they have no imagination. Because most of these people with the money and power lack the talent and moral compass. And then most of the people with the talent and moral compass lack the money and the power. This isn't everybody, don't get me wrong, but I think it's possibly the majority. So I'm putting y'all on blast, video style, okay? Stop with all the racism. And by stop being racist, I mean stop being greedy, pervy control freaks. And let other races, genders, and people from higher moral classes and better cultures help shape, mold, and fix images in the media. Like, actively seek out people that are not like you. Okay? It'll help things greatly. You're missing out on a lot of big commercial jackpot hit the lottery genius from brilliant people, all right, who don't look like you, all because you approach everything in life from the irrational perspective of someone who is constantly naked and afraid, even though you're, fully clothed and on the Forbes Top 500 list. If that makes sense. So, yeah, it doesn't make sense. So let's fix that, okay? Yesterday. Let's fix that days ago. Years ago, okay? It's time to see some black superheroes, black geniuses, black royalty, just black couples that are allowed to be together without having something diabolically wrong with them, without an asterisk next to them that reads in fine print conditions apply, okay? Let's all have happy diversity and happy racial equality. And in order to really have good imagination and racial equality and moral decency and all the good stuff together, you're going to have to go outside of your bubble and actually deal with people who don't look like you. It's okay. I believe in you. You can do it. This is your mission. Should you choose to accept it, accept it. Should you choose to accept it? All right. Good luck. God bless. Godspeed, soldier.